Is that all? That is not all, is it? What? Is that really her?
Oh, how you've grown.
Wait, this is new, isn't it?
Oh, it gladdens my heart to finally see you again.
Grandma?
Is that why she's with grandma the first time?
Come to your grandma's side. You've been lonely for so
I don't know if we should believe it or not.
pain, so much despair. Why go on living anymore?
I think it's lying.
Kaine?
Is that it?
Hmm?
Are you finished yet?
Don't speak to your grandma like...
You're going to stop talking now. And
I think
then
it,
I'm
like-
going to slowly walk over to
Maybe it
you,
consumed
cram my
grandma.
hand inside your goddamn bitch-ass chest and pull out your fucking heart!
Oh god. That's not grandma. Like, I can try to go back
Say that. She'd never tell me to give up on life. Never.
and see if those things reappear.
To avenge her death.
So the loot
She gave me the strength
reappears.
to kill this goddamn mutant body. Do you
The
know
boxes,
how long
at
I've been
least.
like this? How much I loathe myself?
But I don't want to have to do this all over again. This is just annoying. At least they have this respawn for you, but it kind of sucks, doesn't it?
Mounting a last desperate offensive, I see.
That attack's bad news.
So she's somehow still getting damaged, what's interesting. And I think that must be Kaine trying to attack her, but Kaine can't attack her while the babies are alive, I suppose. So I don't think she's actually taking a shit ton of damage. At least with the herbs, there's a chance. Now I wish I'd been collecting more of them, but it is what it is. So how do I not die there? Is the question. I don't like the fact that I'm stuck today. So she's still somehow taking damage. I don't know how. Maybe I just stay here. Let Kaine deal with it. Kaine's not gonna die, so... No, that would take literal ages. Right now I'm just a little tilted, I think. I'm not doing my best anyway. Is this another herb? No, that's a seed. I should remember that for next time that I'm here. Which is probably, unfortunately, going to happen. I can't believe that they're actually managing to target me. Is there anything else that I should be... Oh, the babies actually find their way here. What if I just, like, let the babies come to me, and then when I deal with the babies, Kaine just ends them. Ends the vase. Like, how's she taking damage, if that's not me? Somehow she is getting damaged. But so am I. Can I fight her from here? I don't think so. I think she's just going to keep sending shockwaves. Yeah, she's gonna keep sending shockwaves. Shockwaves and babies is her deal. I understand that I could and should be dodging more. So basically, 2 herbs is all that we have. The hand does a very good job at killing the babies. Okay, so I know where I'm at. And if I can get... Please. Ah. Oh my god. Upsetting. Actually endlessly upsetting. Oh, Jesus. I can't remember if the grandma part is new or not, like that whole dialogue.
I think she intends to perish where she lies. And in truth, perhaps death is the greatest comfort we can offer her.
No.
That's not your decision. You don't get to decide who lives and who dies. She's alive. She has meaning and worth, and we're going to save her. Everyone has something to live for. Even Kaine. Even Yona.
Perhaps you should save your pretty words for her instead of wasting them on me.
I need to buy herbs. Can I buy herbs from the store? Where do they sell herbs? I think I remember this part.
Can I rest now? I'm so tired. Kaine, over here! Don't give up! You're stronger than that! Don't you dare give up now!
This woman is more trouble than she's worth.
That's it. Come on.
No, this is... No, I don't remember this. Oh. She's in her hut. Wait, what?
Fuck.
Oh, this is definitely new.
Again. There's that dream again.
Oh, so we made it.
Every time I wake up from it filled with pain and sadness. With this feeling like I've somehow forgotten something extremely important. When I look at my broken sword, it reminds me of my
Oh, this is after we disappeared, isn't it? So she doesn't remember us.
Somehow it's been 3 whole years since
Oh
I
my
saved
god.
That was supposed to be it. Goal achieved. Game over. So then, why was I crying? Three years have passed, and I still haven't found the answer to that question.
So we really were forgotten. That stings. She like has glimpses of feelings or memories or whatever, but
Not exactly the restful sleep I was hoping for. Damn it.
do we get to play as her? Or is this just like a movie?
Guess I'll go kill some shit.
Hey, that's Emil's staff, isn't it?
Emil.
Oh wow! You actually get to play as her. Wow! That's so cool! Well, I guess now that we're forgotten, she's the one who remains. Holy shit. She says kill some shit.
Come here, you annoying little bastards.
I don't really have... Oh, I do have magic. She has like her own stuff. Oh wow! That's so cool. I'm sure I'm not supposed to be doing this, but I don't really know where to go anyway, so... She says kill some shit, so that's what we do. Thank God she actually collects herbs. I can't believe everyone actually forgot about us. Oh, our health bar is actually huge. She's OP. And she doesn't have like... Okay, MP. She can like use her magic just like that. Okay. Well, finally, we made it. After losing like
Every last one of you.
20 minutes on whatever that was.
Feels like
Okay.
there's a lot of shades around lately. Maybe I should check in on Nona's village.
Okay. I don't think I necessarily have to participate in this. No, we don't have to. We can just run. It's wild! You get to play as her and look at her butt the whole time. Okay, so there's a villager that apparently we have to help. What if we ignore him? I don't think we can.
It's dangerous here. I think that's my line, buddy.
I just get to attack. I'm actually kind of OP, aren't I? Like they don't hurt me as much. She's like level. Well, I'm not actually OP. They do knock me back, but I wasn't exactly dodging. We still need to save the guy. At some point, they will stop spawning, hopefully. I'm still getting used to her attacks.
Thanks for the save.
Shades have been on the rise around here lately. Now go home.
Oh, believe me, I want to. Thing is, I've got a job to take care of. See, we haven't been able to get in touch with anyone in the Forest of Myth. Somebody's got to go over there and make sure they're all right.
And that someone is you. You will make it 10 feet before some shade mauls your ass. I'll go.
What? Really? Oh, man. Thanks a million. Oh, wait. You should take these.
Okay, we got
I'll see you
herbs.
around here. And thanks again.
She said that we should go around. We should go and check on Yona's village, but I guess we have to go back and do this first. I have about almost an hour. Do you think there's a chance I'll finish in about an hour? I don't want to have to interrupt, but I would like to. I would like to finish this chapter in the next hour. Because I have to take my kiddo to the doctor's office as well. I'm a little worried about that because we did waste a ton of time on that boss. I love how the loading thing is
You be home?
new save file has been what? New save file has been unlocked. Your save data up to this point will be temporarily unusable. Okay. I see. We might just have to continue on Sunday. I don't know if oh shit.
Shit.
If I don't make it, because I have to leave at latest by like 4:20 or so. We're gonna continue with that, and it's fine if I'm asking for spoilers. But will I be able to finish C as well? Because I would like to. And if I don't make it to...
What are those things doing here? Wait, did they kill the villagers?
If I don't make it to the actual ending, I'd like to save and make sure I have time to do everything. So it's just a scene. I see. Well, maybe I don't know if
Come on, more?
maybe we're gonna have a Sunday stream after all. But what I'd like to do is actually have a NieR stream and maybe watch those videos as well. So maybe we'll have a little bit of finishing up, if there's any left, and then I can watch those Drakengard videos.
Why would robots be coming out of a place like that?
If it so happens. I think that actually might be a good idea. I don't think I'm going to take a day off. Okay.
What the hell's going on here? What's a place like this doing inside a tree?
Can't believe we actually get to go here.
Welcome to the Sea of Humanity.
What?
Welcome to the Cemetery of Sin and Punishment.
The hell?
You are a replicant. A manufactured existence. Individual name, Kaine.
Who are you? Show yourselves!
Remain calm. Do not be hasty.
I'll have a...
Creepy little freaks.
I don't have any ranged spells to work with.
This is an integrated information management database designed to resemble a perennial plant. It transmits phenomena recorded in its memory unit.
I don't understand a damn thing. you're
Me
saying.
neither.
Observations of you have been recorded as well. You brought an end to Project Gestalt. You killed the original Gestalt. Now the remaining Gestalts run wild because they have nowhere left to go. Your actions have caused the deaths of countless replicants.
Show your damn faces already!
Do not be hasty. Soon we shall meet. Soon we shall meet.
What are they talking about? What is this place? Ew. What? Why do they look like Emil and his sister? That can't be them, can it?
Huh? How nice of you to join us. Yes, how nice of you to join us. We are the administrators. How full of life you are. We won't get anywhere like this. Now then, let us fight.
They're creepy. Why are they so creepy?
My name is Maelstrom.
Oh my god.
What the hell are you saying?
We are the administrators.
Administrators of this forest.
What the sweet crap is up with these freaks?
I don't really have like magics or anything. I don't think so. I did dodge. What? It's like I keep dodging him. That sucks.
Stories of recycled vessels.
The voice of a recycled world.
Ouch.
What will you show us?
Wow.
Will you show us your potential?
No.
Entertain us.
I don't want to entertain you. How does he always hit me? It's like I really do dodge him. She does have a guard that I can probably use to take less damage. And will I take less? I won't. But like he will still hit me every single time. This sucks. This is what I'm talking about. Like, every time he does that, it's like, it feels unavoidable. And if I've hit him in the head, I think he takes more damage. But I have to heal. Well, we've somehow made it through.
How truly fascinating you are. You are just as we expected. Come this way.
They're not gonna give me any additional boxes, are they? They gave me just about enough, apparently.
You are strong. We have taken the liberty of sampling that strength.
Oh my god. Again? What is this?
We have reproduced you at the point in your journey in which you are strongest.
Son of a... Are those things me?
Oh please, don't make me fight them. I don't have any.
They are copies of you, shaped by machine. A collection of microscopic, plant-based propulsion units bound together with muscle particles.
I have like a little bit of a knockback.
A massive forest of memories coalesced by the triumphs of quantum mechanics and muscle research. A forest that records anything and everything about the world.
If you wanted me to follow any of this, you're gonna be real fucking disappointed.
Your comprehension is unnecessary. After all you care for is killing. Is this not so?
She can like jump real high and stay up in the air for a long time. I'm trying to get them caught in the wind thing that I have. I just wish they would give me more it's like I have to actually chase them. This better be the last one.
These other me's are brittle as hell. I ought to be insulted.
It matters not how many copies you destroy.
They will simply disperse and immediately reconstruct themselves.
There is still much fun to be had.
God damn, you're annoying. I want to tear these freaks apart, eat the pieces, and shit them into a trash can.
Oh god.
Fucking hell.
I love the music. Why do they not have health bars? What is this? What is this? I don't understand. Is this just a... Holy shit, she's fighting herself.
You little fuckers.
Jesus. Oh, that's not good at all. Oh my god, that's Emil! No shit!
Kaine, are you okay?
No shit!
Emil?
You betcha! Anyhow,
Oh wow. That is precious.
it's good to see you safe.
That is so precious.
Yeah.
This is the first time they're seeing each other?
Tremendous power in that magic circle. I think it's acting
After,
as a source.
like, after what happened? Like, 3 years after?
Disappeared too.
Got it.
I'll take care of the magic circle. You focus on kicking some Kaine butt. I mean, the other Kaine's butts. Your Kaine butt. You, the real Kaine.
Yeah, I get it.
I love Emil.
Number 7. A magical weapon forged by humans.
Oh, they're like reading him, I guess?
Who is that? What are those voices?
Just a couple of little fucks.
Oh, she's okay. Oh, we got a free heal because we leveled up. She's level 37. That's
Feels like it's been
crazy.
forever since we fought together.
This seems familiar. I think there was someone else who used to.
It did switch. It's precious.
Unusual phenomenal fluctuation resolved. Fascinating.
I love how they're just like, they're fascinated by what we're doing. It's like unbothered by the fact that we're just gonna kick their asses. Is there more Kaine butt? Apparently not.
Kaine, I did it.
This is so good. Did I miss out on any boxes or anything? Oh, well, it's too late.
Is that a doorway?
What is that? What?
Beyond here lies that which was lost.
What?
The final hope for you to reclaim.
I don't understand. What? The two humans trying their best, right? I love them together, though. Where am I?
Whoa. What is
This is looking like a lot like,
At least there don't seem to be any
like that stuff from the NieR raid.
Emil, I didn't get a chance to ask yet with all the fighting and shit, but what happened to you back then? And where have you been?
Wow.
Why the hell do you have 4 arms?
Kaine, look, it's gonna take way too long to get into all that now.
Fine. I was worried, you know?
Aw, Kaine. But look at us now. Team Camille, back together.
Camille. Aww.
I guess so.
Kaine, I feel like I've forgotten something really important.
Tell me
I
about
wonder if they're gonna remember.
You?
Yeah, I can't really describe it, but it's like my mind is filled with this weird fog.
I think I made a promise to somebody? Like that we would go eat something delicious?
Aww.
Well then, we'll just have to get those memories back.
Yeah.
Is that what
Feel
was
like
lost?
magical power ahead.
Are they gonna remember me?
Got it?
Got it. Same goes for you, Kaine.
Oh, are
I don't
these?
want to be alone anymore.
Oh, thank God. Maybe I missed out on some of them because everything is white and I didn't pay attention. I think I may have missed some. Or maybe they're just giving those to me now. As we're... Oh, I can't carry anymore? Oh, that sucks. Is there a health salve maybe here? No, just herbs. I can't carry any more herbs. Well, maybe I should use one. It all is connecting.
Is this the Shadow Lord's castle?
Kaine, I'm sensing some powerful magic up ahead.
Oh, wow.
This is a very special place.
Is this the end?
To you and to the world.
Oh, shit.
That is the core frame of this forest, within which a great variety of information is stored.
shit!
best to
I can't reach it.
you have lost.
In any case, it is surely the answer you want to see.
Would you two shit sacks please shut up?
You don't get to decide who lives and who dies.
That voice. It's the one from my dreams.
Oh, they're hearing! They're hearing me!
Your memories.
A record repeatedly revoked.
Wow.
Made it this far because you were with us, Kaine.
Damn it.
Give me a second.
What is this?
Do you suffer?
Are you pained?
Shut the fuck up!
It reminds me a lot of the raid.
Pathetic fucking shit horse! Just die already!
And that definitely is our voice. I just don't know if they're gonna regain those memories. I love this this loading screen.
Where am I? Emil.
These are your memories.
These are your records.
This is your world.
Well, it reminds me of like that room was like the same as the Shadow Lord's castle. But I don't know about the rest. Okay, so I guess we walk here. The fight feels a lot like the castle. It's like that thing where we had to like jump.
The hell is this?
Is that it?
Sweet memories from deep within.
Hidden memories that were sealed away.
Can I get my memories?
Shades?
Shades. Human souls that have gone gestalt.
These shades are but data reproduced via your records. They are the true humans who slaughter on your journey.
Oh my god.
You are a foreign entity in this world.
An error created by a discrepancy between memory and record.
I have not understood a single fucking thing you shitty little ass grabbers have said
Ass
since the
grabbers.
start of this goddamn adventure.
She's calling them ass grabbers. They're kids. There's so many of them. What am I supposed to do? Like just endlessly fight them? I don't like these that are spawning the ball thingies. I'm gonna focus on that one. But there seems to be always a new one that does that same thing. I do want to pick up these herbs. But I can't carry anymore, can I? Should have healed manually. Is that the memory?
with this bullshit already.
She remembers this, right? Or no? Why are they making me redo this? That really sucks. Oh no, come on. Oh my god. Oh, he's not messing around. He is not messing around.
Stop it, stop it, stop it! I killed Shades. That's all there is to it.
Can I jump off of the platform? Can that happen to me? I think if I jump up, I can't really be hurt by him. It doesn't feel like it. Oh, never mind. Why is this a repeat of all the sad things we've ever done? I'm just trying to hit him from the back and not get wrecked in the process. Ouch. I feel so sorry for him.
This is the deepest place in your memories.
Memories you had sealed away.
And this one is your worst memory.
What? Oh no, is that Grandma? That is my worst memory. I hate this boss.
I'll kill you as many times as it takes. You goddamn shit fucking despicable piece of garbage!
I hate this boss.
We upgraded the data that was recreated from your memories.
And you think this one here?
Shut your goddamn traps for one goddamn second and let me
I don't understand why my dash is not auto-enabled. It's actually kind of weird. I'm getting distracted.
Someone else was there when I first fought this bastard. Fuck. Why can't I remember?
I don't think I can get there without being trampled over. Hi, Faulty Logics, hello and welcome back. How are you doing? Honestly, my game is a little stressful right now because I am a bit tired and feeling quite distracted by this damn boss that I can't beat because I literally have no more items. And it's been a messy experience, for sure. At least, for now. How are you? I don't think I'm gonna make it today. It doesn't feel like I am. What is this?
This is some twisted shit right here, and you're gonna pay!
Okay, so now I need to actually somehow survive. But I cannot brute force it. And that just kind of sucks. I think I need to work harder on not getting hit. Is it gonna ever get saved? Is this ever going to get saved? What is this? Am I...
I think it's charging up its magic.
No shit, and where do I go?
Down here, you worthless, piss-guzzling shit rag!
Can I somehow block? Not really.
Okay, that hurt.
That did hurt. I don't think I can, like, do anything. It's, like, not allowing me to fight. Or... Am I just supposed to survive this? Oh my god, that's the village part. That's great and all, but I'm gonna die.
Just leave us in peace.
Is this supposed to be happening to me?
Enough already! Please, just shut up!
I am appalled by this.
Fuck. This is bad.
Oh my god. Is it over? Is it really over? When Kaine's eyes flutter open, she sees a dozen villagers quizzically staring back. After a moment, she realizes she's collapsed on the ground, where sharp stones dig her flesh like... Whatever, that's not important right now. She pulls herself to a knee before rising on unsteady feet and sparing a glance at her surroundings. The fuck? She mutters. What happened? Wasn't I just fighting shades? Is it really done? Is it really done? Am I done? Oh my god. Her mind races as her hand gropes unconsciously for the blade that has been her constant companion for so very long. Though she can't explain it, it is clear she has somehow been transported to an entirely new world. What is this? Wait, well, not entirely new. She recognizes the hawk-shaped weather vane twisting slowly in the wind above her, as well as the small round homes with wisps of smoke drifting into the air. And of course, their villagers currently staring at her with a mixture of fear and disgust. Oh, yes, they are a familiar sight indeed. She is in the Eyrie. She is home. Is something the matter, girl? Kaine spins around at the voice and sees a woman ravaged by time. Her narrow hips barely seem strong enough to hold her body upright, while the shawl wrapped around her thin frame appears ready to fall apart at any moment. Grandma, is that really you? Her grandmother's eyes grow almost comically wide before blinking several times in succession. What's wrong, you fool girl? Is your head lost in dreams? Dreams? Could this be a dream? But it feels so real. But she's dead. Grandma's dead. I watched that goddamn shade kill her. So if this isn't a dream, how the hell is she here? Unless those shades kill me too. That must be it. I'm dead. I'm dead, and this is Oh, stop with that nonsense already. Kaine flinches as her grandmother raises a hand in the air, expecting pain to come as correction for her foolishness. And instead of a blow, her grandmother simply places the hand upon her granddaughter's cheek. The warmth of it instantly spreads from her cheek to her face before filling her entire body with a kind of beautiful light. What's wrong, girl? Asks her grandmother. Are you upset? Do you want to go home? Kaine feels tears coming to her eyes and struggles to hold them back. Though she still has no idea what's happening, she knows one thing for certain. This is her grandmother. Sorry, Grandma. Not sure where my head was there. Well, just make sure you keep it attached. Grandmother chuckles as she pulls her hand away. Maybe this is a dream. Or maybe I'm already dead. I don't know. But either way, I'm not alone. As long as Grandma is with me, that's enough. Didn't I just tell you to stop spacing out, girl? Her grandmother says with a cackle. Here now, hold this. She hands Kaine a large sack filled to bursting with all manner of fruits and vegetables. Damn, Grandma, this is a lot. Well, it's important to treat yourself now and again. Besides, these villagers may hate us, but the bastards are more than willing to take our money. We'll lend support as we can, even if they have to hold their noses while we do it. Her grandmother trails off as if trying to remember something, then slowly turns around. Well, what do you know? In all the excitement, I forgot to buy my medicine. A thin smile waves on her face for a moment before vanishing into a lifetime's worth of crevices and wrinkles, causing Kaine to take a concerned step forward. No, Grandma, that's fine. You go home and rest. I'll get the medicine. Her grandmother hesitates, clearly trying to weigh her own need for rest against her grandmother's odd behavior of a moment before. Before she can start to argue, Kaine charges ahead, ignoring the small voice in her head telling her what a bad idea all of this is. Really, Grandma, it's fine. Go home. I've got this. She pulls her grandmother's ancient wallet from her fingers, an act that requires a surprising amount of strength. Besides, you know how stubborn I am. Once my mind is set, there's no changing it. I wonder where you get that from. Seeing that further argument will be useless, her grandmother slowly turns and begins the long journey home. Kaine watches the figure recede from her vision, waiting for what seems an eternity to ensure everything's alright. Once the frail shadow finally vanishes over the horizon, she turns on a heel and makes for the apothecary. "Oh there," says the elderly apothecary as Kaine enters the store. "Here for Kali's medicine, are you?" Though few villagers had ever bothered to learn her grandmother's name, she and the apothecary were old friends. Perhaps that was the reason he'd always showed her kindness when so many others did not. Yeah, if it's not a bother. The shopkeeper immediately sets about his work, deftly putting bottles and herbs from the shelves and mixing them with a practiced hand. Soon, a peculiar smell begins to drift through the store, one that immediately reminds Kaine of her childhood. "There you are," says the apothecary as he holds a small cloth bag. "Sorry for the wait. Oh, and say, that's a fine portrait you drew of your grandmother. Looks just like her, so it does. Honestly, I've never seen Kali so over the moon about anything. She brags about it every time she stops by." "You saw what?" says Kaine, her eyes narrowing. Said portrait was something she had whipped up one day after getting her hands on some crayons, and to call it rough would be an act of purest generosity. The idea her grandmother was displaying it around town makes Kaine's stomach want to sink down to her feet before slinking off into a hole somewhere. "You bet I saw it," the pleased apothecary says. She brought it all the way here just to show me. My, it's been a long time since I've seen something so wonderful. Kaine's mind begins to whirl. The picture was shit. She was sure it was shit. And yet the man's reaction displayed the exact opposite opinion. Is he just being nice to me? The apothecary, as if sensing her skepticism, doubles down. I could really tell you put your heart into it. It was simply wonderful. Thanks, offers Kaine, who just wants the entire conversation to be over. She briefly considers how she's going to make her grandmother cease her little traveling art show, but then realizes that train has likely left the station. Shaking her head to banish her increasingly shrill thoughts, she grips the bag of medicine tightly and turns to leave. But just as she reaches the door, she hears a loud thud from somewhere back in the shop. Kaine turns around to see the apothecary crouching on the floor. Hey there, are you okay? When the man does not reply, Kaine moves towards him. She assumes he just slipped on something, or perhaps hit his head on one of the low-hanging shelves in the crowded shop. But the moment she draws close to him, she hears him begin to scream inside her mind. My leg, my leg, my leg! Oh my god, where is my leg? Panicked, Kaine looks down and discovers that the man's leg is just gone. Help me, screams the voice in her head. Help me! As Kaine looks out on in horror, the man's fingers begin to shimmer and vanish. He reaches out for her with his other hand, only to find that it too is no longer there. Soon his arms go, then his legs, then the side of his face warbles out of existence, causing a stray eyeball to roll out of his socket and onto the floor. Ew. Heal, says the voice, if it could even be called that anymore. I can... A moment... Oh, help! Oh, I see. A moment later, what remains of the pitiful shopkeeper collapses into a heap of ash, releasing a small puff into the suddenly silent air. As Kaine stumbles back in horror, she hears a cacophony of terror rising up outside. Oh god, what's happening? My arms! Where are my arms? Why can't I see? Kaine bursts out of the store and finds herself in a nightmare. Homes slough out on the sides of cliffs, taking out pieces of scaffolding as they fall. Screams echo out everywhere, creating an opera fit for hell. Villagers run in mad circles before exploding into dust, their clothing drifting this way and that as it flows untethered through the air. As she stares at the scene wide-eyed, a single thought suddenly inserts herself into the forefront of her mind. Grandma! Kaine breaks into a run, the crumbling world around her suddenly forgotten. She leaps from one piece of falling debris to the next, using them as stepping stones to cross a world that is increasingly losing cohesion. As she continues her mad dash, flecks of ash are blown into her face, her mouth, her eyes. Ash, ash, ash. Buildings and people all reduced to so many cinders in the wind. Soon she arrives at her childhood home. It was once a place filled of precious memories, a place she regarded as an oasis in an increasingly mad world. But now it is nothing but a pile of ash. As she gapes unbelievingly at the sight, a faint sound suddenly reaches her ears. Kaine. She's alive! Grandma's alive! With a speed born out of panic, she leaps into the giant pile and begins shoving it aside. It stings her eyes and burns her lungs, but she continues on, heedless of the danger. Finally, she pulls a small blackened form out of the darkness. Come on, Grandma, she whispers. We're getting out of here. What timeline is this? What is this? Without waiting for a response, Kaine gathers her grandmother in her arms and breaks into a mad run, hoping to escape the chaos. But the wave of ash has become a tsunami, and before she can make it out more than a few desperate steps, it reaches out with a cruel hand and overwhelms them. Kaine stumbles and falls, sending her and her grandmother tumbling into the ashes. One glance at her feet is enough to reveal the culprit. Her right leg has vanished to the point just below the knee. Oh, it'll take more than that to stop me, mutters Kaine as she slings her grandmother over her shoulder and begins to crawl away. We're going to make it. We're going to live. As she crawls, her grandmother seems to grow lighter, as if trying to magically reduce the weight of her own burden. As Kaine continues to struggle, she hears a small, soft voice enter her ear. Thank you, Kaine. Thank. As the voice drifted away, the last of the pile of ash that used to be her grandmother drifts away on a soft breeze. Kaine screams, an impossibly sad and lonely sound, and begins trying to pull the ashes back to her. This can't be happening. It can't be happening. But the ashes are mingling with all the other detritus from the collapsed village, and soon she can no longer tell which particles belong to whom. Come on, come the fuck on already. As she continues her frantic digging, her hand suddenly closes around a piece of soft, ragged fabric, her grandmother's shawl. This is terrible. Like, how and why? I knew this place was a lie. I knew it, and I still couldn't do anything. I couldn't save anyone. I couldn't even escape. I just felt the peace in the place and I accepted it. I wanted it. That's why there was nothing there. No reason to live. No goal. No anything. So this is why I'm... Say. Suddenly a new voice enters Kaine's world.
Say, can you hear me?
After a moment, the voice calls out again. Louder, clearer.
Now then, you wish to get him back, hmm?
Him, replied Kaine. Who are you talking about?
For the love of all the heavens, I always did know you were a handful.
That's wise. Though the voice immediately begins to grate on Kaine's nerves, there's something else as well. A kind of warmth, almost a familiarity.
Are you truly so daft that you have already forgotten one of your beloved traveling companions and friends?
Says the voice, which causes something deep in Kaine's memories to surge forth. That's right. I had friends, and I was fighting to get one of them back. At this realization, a blinding, radiant beam of light shoots out across the ash-covered world. Covering her eyes with one trembling hand, Kaine reaches for it.
Do hurry back now, hussy.
Oh, that's blinding. Oh my gosh. Not again. You don't know reading is true. Have a nice voice. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad you enjoyed.
What is the matter? Do you still not remember?
Maybe I should.
You've not time to become lost in your thoughts.
Right. Okay. Let's get him back!
Am I healed? Please tell me I'm healed. What is this? And the thing has a house on it. The power of Grimoire Vice grants you the use of magic.
Magic to topple the beast. I presume you know how to use magic, yes? And give us a show, hussy.
I don't need your help to take out this goddamn fuckwaffle!
Like, I should save- I know how to avoid the boss's damage, that's the thing. Like, I should be saving my magic to actually,
Use my power to knock the creature down with magic. Well done. Now club on the beast.
I'm trying to.
Fuck it up good!
Like, I should be saving my health for ad stage.
Onslaught be our last.
This stage.
Hey, Vice.
Yes.
Thanks.
Have you been in your cups again?
Fuck your face.
Ah, that's more like it. You sound of mind, hussy. What you're attempting is extremely...
Cram it, book. I'm doing this.
I see. happens again, hussy.
Don't worry. I'll do what needs to be done.
I hate Grandma. I hate Grandma. Grandma is the worst.
Do not relent in your assault.
Time to close this out!
I'm trying to. I don't know what else I can do. I hate this ad stage. I swear I hate it. I hate this so bad. That's great that they destroy them, but that is not within my scope of powers right now, and that sucks. Oh, I do have those. Oh my god. I didn't realize I had them. Like, where did I have them from? Like, where did I get them from? I didn't realize I had the herbs. I just didn't realize I had them at all. Sorry. I thought I was out.
Let us finish this.
Can I hit her from here? I better be able to. Fucking monster. It was the worst fight I ever had to do. Holy shit. That was hard. That's very enjoyable.
So this is a replicant's potential.
The twins are creepy as shit.
Go back. Don't.
Shut up, shut up! I already made up my mind. Nobody tells me what to do. I swore I would be a sword. I swore that I would be your sword. Do you hear me? So I am going to get you back, and I don't care what it takes. Who the fuck do you think you are to just up and disappear like that, huh? I'm the one who gets to decide what my life means to me. It's my life, then I'll do whatever I want with it. So quit wasting time like a brainless fuckwit and get your ass back here now!
That's the most beautiful thing I've ever heard. Aww. Do you want to recover the person you cherish? Yes! If you choose this option, your current save data will be erased and all the save data deleted in ending D will be restored. What? What do you mean erased? So we can't both live? No, what? No, 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 no. No, they wouldn't do this, would they? No shit, they would do this. No. No, what do you mean? I don't... What? No, not again. Not again. What is the name of the... No. What? No. All save files will be restored. Oh! It's coming back. Yo, they're bringing us back. My health selves. Thank God. My pitiful quest progression. My quests. My 100% weapons. What is this? That's insane. What? Wow. How can you not be happy about this? It's like everything's coming back. But I don't understand, like, is she... Select the file to restore the lost save data to. I don't understand. Where do I put it? Here or here? This is where my D playthrough was. This is where C was. What do I do? Do I put it here? Or can I... Or... I don't understand where I need to put it. This is where my D playthrough was. Does this matter? Should I save it here? Where do I save? Do I just put it here? I think it makes the most sense. Let's do a new one. I'm not sure. What do a right save one? I don't know. I'll put it here. I don't know. We'll see.
I leave the rest to you, hussy.
What is this? What's that? Is that a seed? What is this thing? What? That's our valley. That is... It looks like that lunar tear flower.
Our journey may have been meaningless.
What?
Our past may have been a mistake.
But
Also, Granzies, hello and welcome. How are you doing?
Even if this world comes to an end,
because this
Is he naked?
is the world with the people we cherish.
He's totally naked. Oh my god. We got him back. That's so beautiful, isn't it? The games get into the menu screen, go to the options there, you have a special option. Oh, okay, okay. Is there a way to retrieve my files so that I can do the playthrough C as well? And like, where is it gonna, like, what's gonna happen to my playthrough if I get it back? Will I be spawned right at that choice place? Or at the what's it called? At that like Shadow Lord's castle place. Thank you. This was honestly so precious. Like, I'm still struggling to understand the timeline. Like, he disappeared as like an adult and then came back as a child. And Yona is still Yona is an adult-ish now, so he's like the I don't understand how that whole thing works. I think they're gonna have me back at the Shadow Lord's castle before the Shadow Lord's castle. I don't think I would be spawned where the choice is. Oh, you didn't join at the wrong time. No worries, no worries. If anything, this was the right time to join. This was actually so precious. I don't know how to skip though. Is there a button? Let me see. It's not telling me, or I can't see. Oh, sorry. Backspace doesn't work. Escape. Enter. I'm not sure. I don't think I can skip. No, I don't think I can. Do you know how to skip? No, I haven't played Automata. I'm probably gonna start next week because I want to play both, especially before the anime. I think it's dropping on January the 7th, and I really want to watch that one. But before I watch it, I just want to know the context. The change in the credits is that indeed you didn't have the NieR voice actor and now have. I see, but I don't think we can skip the ending. It doesn't work like that. But that anyway, it's at P or R. This was honestly amazing. Like, the game leaves you with so many questions, and I don't think I understand it all. I'm still a little confused over, like, you know, the whole like Kaine versus NieR existence. Like how they can coexist now in this time, like how they got both spawned in the lunar tier. I guess that's what we fought for, but at the same time it was a little It was a little confusing, but overall the game is such a masterpiece. And since I chose ending D over ending C, I suppose, I will have ending C to do as well. And I think I will do another stream on Sunday, just like I have in my schedule, because I want to do the ending C as well. And I think we're gonna watch some videos. I think we're gonna watch Drakengard. Because you sent me those 3 videos that are apparently going to give me the backstory of a sort of on what happened back then. And if you have any other videos, you can post them in Discord that I can watch. I don't think I'll be playing a new game on Sunday. I think we're just gonna do NieR lore. It is a bit confusing. I don't know if they ever explained this particular thing, but we'll see. We'll see. That depends. Like, I would like to see ending C if I'm spawned at the choice. I don't think I'm spawned at the choice. I think I'm spawned at the beginning of the Shadow Lord's castle. A parting greeting has been added to the options menu. Visit that woman's house to acquire a new weapon. That woman's house. Are they talking about the lighthouse? Oh, this is cool! You get like the new little thing. New game, continue, options. Posted ending E, I explained, watch this one first, then Drakengard. I will. We're gonna do that on Sunday. On Saturday I won't be streaming. So what if you say continue? A and B. I don't get it. Where is my C thing? Lost shrine at the roof. Oh, this is okay. Oh, never mind. A and B completed, and this is gonna spawn me at the lost shrine. So we're gonna do that on. Oh no, this is not what I wanted. Okay, there we go. There's options. A parting greeting. License. What is this?
All right, is everybody here?
Present and accounted for.
What is that?
Betcha!
Sure. All right then. Dear players, the game is over, and we have a special message for you.
Thank you for playing.
Yona, why aren't you in bed?
Oh, hey! It's my big brother. I'm so sorry. I just didn't want to miss this.
Try and take it easy on her, okay? Yeah, you wouldn't turn down a request from your adorable little sister, would ya?
Popola, Devila, you're here too?
This is so precious.
Okay, who was that?
Shut up, Tyrion. You'll just make things complicated.
We haven't all the time in the world, Let us finish what we came here to do.
So, it's really gonna be over, huh? Does that make anyone else feel sad?
We have to say goodbye eventually. But hey, I'm sure we'll meet again.
You really think so?
Aww.
I'm getting hungry over here. Want to hurry this up?
All right.
They put this in such a weird place in the menu.
Dear players, the game is over, and we have a special message for you. Ready? 1, 2, thank you for playing.
Aww. That's so adorable. Wow. That was precious. And now, before I move on to Drakengard videos, I actually just kind of wanted to watch the ending E explained, because there were some confusions that I stumbled upon, I guess, as I was going through E, and I was also in a kind of a hurry because I had to take my kiddo to the doctor's office, and and I didn't really like, I think, mentally commit to understanding the ending, but we're gonna do it now. So this is NieR Replicant Ending EE Analysis Explained and Compared. This is by Brando SP on YouTube. Feel free to check out the channel and subscribe should you want to. But yeah, we're gonna watch this one first. If you haven't seen Ending E, if you haven't completed NieR or whatever, this might be a spoiler territory for you, but there's a warning, so here you go. Okay, how's the sound? Too loud, too quiet?
Kept you waiting, huh?
Let's do this.
It might be a little quiet.
Okay, first, let's unpack what we're talking about here. We're talking about the new ending added to the NieR Replicant Remaster Remake. I'd say there were two big significant chunks added to the game with this version up. This, and Episode Mermaid.
What's an Episode Mermaid?
By the way. So if you're interested in breaking Episode Mermaid down, you should go check it out.
Yeah, I'll turn it up a little.
I don't think it's controversial at all to say that this is the far more significant piece of content, however.
Okay.
This is a completely new ending. I mean, depending on what your definition of new is. But that's some nuance that we'll get into later. Also, we had a pretty definite link between NieR Replicant and NieR Automata beforehand, but the stuff in here just seals the deal. You'll see what I mean. By the way, you might have
is this better?
But being a close look at the definitive ending of the game, this video is going to have a lot of spoilers. Just a word of warning if you're planning to experience it for yourself. Anyways, now that we got that paperwork
I hope he's talking about Replicant.
Let's get into it. So first, it might be prudent to mention where exactly this new content slots itself into the game. Being the new definitive ending, you might have guessed it shows up right at the end, in which case you'd be right. You most likely know how this goes. At the end of Route D, you fight Kaine and put her down. After that, you're given a choice. You can either kill Kaine, or sacrifice your existence so she can be free of Tyrant's possession, and live out a normal life in a world you slowly condemn to extinction. Good job on that one, by the way. You know what goes down after this point. Your save file vanishes into the wind, and you watch it slowly delete itself in
I swear, that was the worst thing that's ever happened to me in game. That was so stressful.
in front of your eyes, like when you had to free up blocks on your GameCube memory card for them big boys back in the day. You get booted back to the title screen, which now has a flower on it as a reward. A heavy price to pay, but hey, you did it for a good cause, right? This is where the original game ends. Maybe it's even where your Replicant version 1.22 playthrough ends, if you didn't know to keep going. I mean, imagine a world where you didn't have the internet, and you didn't have instant confirmation by checking online that there was in fact an ending E. Well, I guess one of
I don't know how they did this. You bought the game, and then you played A through D, if you happen to play A, B, C, D, and not A, B, and D, like I did. And then later on, did you receive like an update through Steam or whatever the client was that you played through? Hey, there's new content? Or was it like announced in some way? Like how did this even happen?
the things you could do is check out the trophies. Not on PSN, of course, it'd just be hidden. But scrolling down the list, something, kinda sticks out. Yeah. That picture with the E is kinda blatantly obvious, but what's with the trophy name? Seriously, did you just hammer fist the keyboard 3 or 4 times and then call it a day? I don't know if the trophy name and description, both starting with the letter E, is a cool coincidence or if it's intentional. Well, dear viewer, watch this. Let's translate the trophy name from hexadecimal to UTF-8. Don't worry if you didn't understand what I just said. I don't even understand
How did he know that he needs to do that?
what I just said, but roll with it. What comes out is Kyoku Saba, which means memory server. Okay, what about the trophy description? Hikari ga mieru, which is like, I can see a light. These might seem like some cool buzzwords, but keep them in mind for later. Anyways, back to unlocking this ending. Once you Thanos snapped your own save file, you gotta hit new game and start playing again. You gotta get up to about when you fight Hook in the area with Kaine. You know how this goes. You stomp the boss out, Kaine's laying on the floor on the other side of the area. You make your way over to her, expecting to see the greatest cutscene in the history of video games.
Yes. You and I are friends now.
It's not as wait, what?
Once video games.
Yes.
It's not as funny with Brother NieR as with Papa NieR it is. You and I are friends now. What is this? Is this the original game?
You and I are friends now.
When suddenly...
That's hilarious.
just happens. We're in uncharted territory now.
I've never seen that one.
Kaine wakes up in bed 3 years later, thinking about the people she's lost, like Emil, and even has some of his mementos littered about. She's clearly pretty frustrated that there's someone she should be remembering, but she just can't, no matter how hard she tries. Also, this is me from the future coming here live while editing this video. Judging by this loading screen letter, it seems that waking up crying isn't a phenomenon.
Honestly, I think I don't understand this idea that I guess the West wouldn't accept this premise of NieR being brother NieR instead of Papa NieR. It's so weird that they decided to just like make a whole other game because of this. Like, I don't know what it is culturally. I don't think I understand it fully, but for me it was just a little weird. You can play Old Man NieR and Replicant as well in a bonus area. Oh, no, it's definitely not spoiling because I already did it. I had to do it so that I can pick up all the weapons for the C and D ending. So I've already seen it, but it was definitely like very strange to me, unfamiliar, and I guess it was more nostalgic, more like an Easter egg to other people. But to me, it was just like, oh, you know, I got told by the chat that it was the the Papa NieR, and I don't know much about it. Maybe at some point I'll look into some differences in cutscenes and whatnot.
Exclusive to Kaine. Yona seems to be experiencing it too, and she even wants to reach out to Kaine because of it. Just something I noticed while watching the footage over again.
Oh,
Anyways,
I see.
Kaine gets out
I
of
didn't
bed
notice that.
Hold up. This is a NieR Replicant first. We got a whole new character to play as here. With all new attacks and combos, even the buttons assigned to Magic as NieR have all new special.
So Papa NieR wasn't considered as hot.
Special attacks associated with him.
I mean,
And
he's
check out
okay.
this Devil May Cry 5 Virgil summons swords, teleports behind you, nothing personnel kid shit. This is pretty hype. They put some work into this. We get to learn about the world without NieR in it, based on some ambient dialogue Kaine has as she's traveling. She notices the contradictions in her memory, things that couldn't be the case unless a mysterious someone else was there as well.
Yeah, I do have popcorn. It's a leftover from yesterday, as we had a little bit of a party, and what I hate the most is like when popcorn just becomes like really soggy and just overall when it sits there for a while. So I decided to actually eat it now.
Kaine sets off to your home village, which is now called
We're kind of
Yoda's
watching a
Village
movie,
instead of
so...
NieR's village, which really cements his absence home. On the road, you meet someone who's gonna go run an errand to the Forest of Myth, who you save from getting squad roasted by a bunch of shades. Remember, since NieR killed the Shadow Lord, things are getting progressively worse and worse. In a seemingly throwaway line of dialogue NieR has at the beginning of the game, he says that populations are decreasing.
Yeah,
shades are
truly,
getting more
I hate
violent,
that.
and people's
They're still
safety in the
good,
world.
so...
The Black Scrawl is the ultimate fate of all replicants, as their Gestalts no longer have a way to remerge with their bodies after the Shadow Lord was killed and Grimoire Noir destroyed.
Oh, I see.
A thousand or so years past the prologue, we can see that the Black Scrawl is still a relatively rare occurrence. We only know 2 characters that get it, Yona and the Old King of Facade.
Mhm.
We also know that about 800 years...
So wait. Kaine never actually legitimately had the Black Scroll, even though she had like these symptoms and stuff? Graphics were weird and he got from Papa to Daddy. Well, I guess so. He is pretty cute in like the new version. So I cannot enough, so I was just playing bland speaking Connor Fantasy Wars. Honestly, it's the worst thing that could happen to popcorn. I love popcorn, and I try not to let it happen before before it happens. I just want to make sure I eat them.
Years after NieR killed the Shadow Lord, humanity came to a complete and total end. So it can be reasonably speculated that shit really slammed on the gas pedal after that. This is also brought up when Kaine talks to this postman. Anyways, he passes his errand on to us, and we forget all about our little trip to the village. By the way,
Yeah,
you
we
can
never
go,
went.
But when you do, Kaine just mentions how she'd just freak everyone out. Obviously, this is a carryover.
It's so much more soothing than playing it yourself, right? Well, I already did play through it, so I'm just kind of watching it so that I can get these little like bits and pieces of lore that I probably missed out on, because NieR is, funnily enough, one of those games that I just want to like fully understand before moving on to the next one. It's so interesting.
The main game when Popol asks Kaine and Emil to get out and stay out. But really, Kaine's a decorative centerpiece in the library for 5 full years, and an additional 3 years have passed since that. You're telling me the villagers still ain't chill? I could understand Skullface over there, but Kaine doesn't even look different from a regular human, and she isn't even possessed by a shade anymore. Whatever. Heading to the Forest of Myth, all the villagers have been killed, and there are these machines pouring out of the Divine Tree. These are new enemies too, so you know you're about to be in for something good. Even though they
look kind of like
and
from the
behave
Junk
like the
Heap.
robots from the Junk
Yeah.
Heap. And oh god, I just want a memory alloy. Please drop. I've been in here for hours. With the enemies defeated, the door into the tree opens, and
I
Kaine
remember
makes her way
that.
inside. It's at this point in the video where I gotta slam on the brakes real quick, cause there's something important we gotta talk about. If you watch my NieR Iceberg video, you might know where this is going.
I haven't
We
seen that
gotta
one.
Read. Since the year 2010, Jurassic Park The Lost World has been completely evicted out of my mind to make room for the new Lost World, which is Ending E of NieR. Now you might be thinking, you just said 2010, and NieR Replicant version 1.22 came out in 2021. Right, yeah, well what if I told you that Ending E was actually originally released in a book called Grimoire NieR? Yeah? Well, it's true. The reason I'm bringing it up is because I think there's a great opportunity to do some comparison work here. If you've played Ending E, which, I mean, you probably did if you're watching this video, but I mean, if you haven't, don't click away or anything, just take some ground here. Then you know there's things in NieR Replicant's Ending E that couldn't have possibly have been in Grimoire NieR's version. So easy, let's compare the two. Only one issue.
See, I don't know anything about the book.
Is
I only just recently found out that
to
it
say
even
the least.
exists.
The document available to read on the NieR Wiki is, quote, a rough translation taken from Chinese forums and blogs, and it's a bit light. More of a summary. Look, here's the thing, I don't just want to spend half of this video parroting back the events of a plotline you've already experienced. I'm trying to add stuff, break it down, you know, analyze it. And this summary just ain't enough for that. So...
Fine. I'll do it myself.
Now that I've read the original novella in Japanese in its entirety, I'll be doing some comparisons where I feel the novella differs from the game as we...
See, I never understood, I never actually noticed that they don't attack you back. Like, the quest the thing starts in a way that she tells you, like, oh, let's kill some shit. And you basically start attacking the shades without ever even, I don't know, thinking or considering that, like, I don't know, to like leave them alone. And I don't know, you don't really notice it, I guess, until you, I don't know, until you try not to attack them.
Along. Sound? Sound. Alright, let's resume. So how about up to the point where we are now, with Kaine entering the Forest of Myth? Well, interestingly, the novel starts off in media
This
res,
was so
with
good.
Kaine waking up in sweats near the Eyrie being a 2 days earlier flashback. Kaine also does a bit more questioning in the novella as to what happened to Tyran, as in her perspective, he just kind of disappeared. As well, Kaine thinks over what Devila and Popola told her about Project Gestalt, whether she believes it, and whether she did the right thing in killing the Shadow Lord. Remember, by the way, since NieR disappeared from existence, that's something she thinks she did. So the supposed guilt from possibly ending the human race kinda falls on her shoulders.
That
It
sucks.
troubles her, but she decides she doesn't care. Not in an edgy sort of way. More of like I'm not too thrilled about this whole being alive thing anyways sort of way. Other than that, we're pretty spot on as far as differences between the novel and the game go. So let's continue. Kaine rolls up into the Deku tree, and she immediately starts hearing a pair of voices who know everything about who she is and what she's done. In the novella, this is only a single voice, but there's a very good reason as to why that's become two, and we'll get to that in a second.
But why? Like, why was there only one? For some reason, like, when this started, it made me think that this was some kind of, like, I don't know, Emil and his sister reference in a way, but that, I guess, just wasn't it. But they were twins, and they just kind of reminded me of them. I don't know if that was purposeful.
After walking a bit further into the tree, Kaine comes face to face with the two figures, known as the Administrators, taking the shapes of a young boy and girl. So, you might have noticed who these voices are. They're 2B and 9S's. I wouldn't blame you for not noticing. 2B's VA, Yui Ishikawa, is doing a pretty good job of putting on a different voice.
Is this from Automata?
単なる防衛装置みたい。
じゃあ、目標を探す必要がありますね。
How are they here? Why are they here? Why?
Also, you know,
They sound much more creepy in Japanese.
asterisk, I played this segment in Japanese, so I don't know how different Kira Buckland's 2B voice is to the voice she's putting on here. That's something you're gonna have to judge for yourself. I'm gonna say, though, that the patterns on their clothes are probably meant to invoke the ones on your high androids. Now, I'm not saying that these are specifically 2B and 9S, but we know the androids and their personality archetypes go way further back than we're led to believe, so could be something here. But I'm gonna leave speculation about that to a potential future video. We're looking for them concrete facts right now. Now, obviously there can't have been 2 administrators in the novella, because there wasn't any NieR Automata to make reference to in 2010. Simple enough.
Oh,
Next, Kaine
I
cuts up
see.
a P-33 model robot while they exposit information.
So they kind of built onto it in Automata years after this showed up. So there was never an original connection to Automata because Automata wasn't a thing. I see.
Information about Project Gestalt and the nature of replicants on her. And it's time for an
information mentioned in the novella that doesn't get brought up in the game.
lightning round. Ready? Let's go. The Junkkeep robots were originally created to dispose of replicants if Project Gestalt were to fail. When Kaine picks up her sword, she has 3 rules. If it's a shade, kill it. If a human puts you in danger, kill it. If you don't like it, kill it. The administrator is tasked with controlling and using the remaining Maso in the world. No longer having a purpose, the administrator's current objective is ending the world. And finally, the novella uses Kaine's thigh
How is she level 48? I was like level 35 at this point.
as a unit of measurement. That's not a joke. After defeating the robots, Kaine follows the administrators deeper into the tree, where they explain that this is an installation meant to record everything and anything about the world. Kinda like an organic Wikipedia. You do remember the name of the trophy is Memory Server, right? Then they summon a bunch of copies of Kaine to fight her, and they pretty much push Kaine to her limit. The novella claims that the fight thus far has lasted for over half an hour, and while it would be...
They said that there's a speculation that Yoko, Rare was already mined, already had Automata in mind at the time of the book. I see. But like, are they ever going to explain whether or not that's the real connection and how they were here, and then like how they're canon in the other game?
You know, really damn boring to constantly fight the same enemies for 30 minutes in a game. We can infer this to mean Kaine's been at it for a really long while. All hope seems lost when a familiar face shows up.
Kaine-san, 大丈夫ですか?
Oh, that's Emil in Japanese. That's adorable.
Hi.
It's our boy, Emil, with some, extra appendages? You know, when I was like 10, I'd look at my Machamp Pokemon card and wonder what it would physically feel like to have 2 extra arms, but that's a tangent for another day. In the game,
I still
Kaine
think
doesn't
about
ask
that.
about these arms until later, but in the novella, she's pretty quick to be like, hey, what's with the freaky arms, Skeletor, man? In the game, Emil says there isn't time to worry about that, and in the novella, he just tells her that more's better than less. So, what's the real reason? The actual answer
Adorable.
is, if you read the NieR novella Around the World in 80 Days, you know our boy didn't
Right, this is the base of the system in Automata and what created the androids. So they were the first androids of their kind?
exactly have the easiest time reforming his body. Going into the full thing would understandably take too long. So let's just say that 1 or 2 magical mishaps later, and 2 extra arms isn't the worst mistake you can make when it comes to putting yourself back together. Emil comes in for the assist and focuses on breaking the barrier the administrator set up while Kaine continues fighting her clones. All the while, their voices taunt her, saying they're impressed with how far a replicant like her has come. And, I mean, they're not wrong. Given that Kaine's immense strength and ability to use magic was something given to her by Tyran, she does seem to be keeping pace pretty well. Again,
Yeah.
we turn to the novella, which states that when Tyran left, Kaine lost her ability to use magic, but her ability with the sword and, quote, abnormal physical strength remained. I'm just gonna assume they're stretching this to explain why she can still literally disappear, swing her swords faster than the eye can see, and KO like 6 shades at once.
Well, technically you want to believe that if you're using a sword, once you're done using that sword, you kind of, I don't know, maybe you keep like an amount of that skill that wasn't just your strength, but also something that you've learned along the way. Whereas with magic, if you don't have like magical abilities anymore, you just don't have them and you don't get to use them. But the sword is something that you've physically been, you know, using and doing. So I'm guessing that has something to do with it.
It ain't my job to decide the limits of that. Like I said, it's Maso, I ain't gotta explain shit. Furthermore, she says that using magic was never really her thing, so she's not too negatively affected by its absence. Now, while NieR was strong, a lot of his power came from the fact he had Grimoire Weiss to back him up, while Kaine is currently completely sans magic. All that was a pretty roundabout way of saying there's a good chance that Kaine is the most powerful replicant to exist, which explains why the administrators are marking out over her abilities. Emil finally manages to break through the barrier, creating an opening for him and Kaine to continue forward. It's at this point we gotta take the novel, chuck it in the trash, and glory kill slam the lid on top, because NieR Replicant is about to go off the rails. They coalesce back together in the ending, but for now it's time for our video game to go off on its own. I mean, the novella couldn't have had this stuff in it. The content being referenced didn't, exist at the time. If you want to know what I mean, let's just say you'll automatically figure it out.
That on top of the reference?
A white area that kinda looks like the top of the Lost Shrine, but there's some, obvious differences. Something seems familiar, but not familiar to Replicant.
So it's like all like white and weird and not very clear because the memory isn't complete. I don't know, that's kind of how I understood it. Like she doesn't fully, I don't know, have all of her memories back, so this is just kind of like a half-baked version.
Some dialogue between Kaine and Emil as they make their way through this new environment, and it really goes to show how close these two are. Sure, Kaine probably has feelings for NieR she couldn't express earlier, because Tyran would have team killed her if she showed emotions other than hatred, and Emil definitely has a crush on our former protag, but these two have something that possibly goes deeper than that. They understand each other because of the mutual ire they draw from the people living in the villages, something they get over by mutually supporting each other. They each haven't had this support in 3 years, and now they're finally reunited. Sure, they had NieR, who unconditionally supports them as well, but by virtue of being the hero, someone who can freely enter towns, earn the trust and respect of the people, and generally doesn't face much ostracizing, he doesn't really understand them the way they do each other. One line that particularly stuck out to me from the main game is when NieR decides he wants to show solidarity with Kaine and Emil by sleeping outside with them. By the end of the conversation, Kaine rejects his idea by saying he shouldn't waste his time, which is pretty indirect, but in Japanese, she straightforwardly tells him no and says to drop it. Whether that's because she sees it as a meaningless gesture and she doesn't want to subject NieR to a needless burden, or she genuinely doesn't want to compromise the one-on-one time she has with Emil, a time where she shows a more vulnerable side of herself, noted when she tells Emil to shut up because she's got an...
If there's any sort of romantic involvement between Kaine and NieR, I would guess that that's something that would affect that, because Emil is kind of like her best friend. And this whole other relationship, I guess they're just, it goes to show that they're probably two very different relationships, and she just kind of wants to keep them separate. Kind of similarly to how some people wouldn't talk the same, in the same way to their like romantic partner and their best friend. It's like, yes, you will treat them both with respect and you have like closeness to both of them, but you just don't say the same things. So I wish we could have gotten a little bit more insight into like what was actually going on between like, I don't know, Kaine and Emil, like their conversation and stuff. We got a little bit, but it would have been nice to get like another cutscene or two to just kind of, see their time together.
An image to maintain is a decision for you to make. Anyways, second tangent aside, Emil seems to have the same brain fog as Kaine and Yona, as he can remember NieR kinda like how you can remember the level layout of some SNES platformer you played once as a kid. He even says that he could remember making a promise to someone that they would go eat something delicious together. You get to a replica of the Shadow Lord's castle, and Kaine then fights a boss, a memory core sitting at the end of a long room. Doing this fight, you might have noticed something. A boss at the end of a hallway that doesn't retaliate when you reach it. Having to cross a long room dodging patterns of projectiles a total of 3 times. Yeah, you might have noticed that this fight is pretty similar to the final fight with the Shadow Lord at the end of a regular playthrough. Something to keep in mind is who we're trying to bring back right now. This core represents the world's memories, as well as Kaine's memories, something that's been sealed away. Kaine slams open the core while simultaneously inventing some new expletives.
I think the fact that he was level 48 is why he had a much easier time than me. I was like 35 or 36 and it was hard. Should have played more.
And the screen fades white. And... hold up. That loading screen do be looking kinda different though. Yo, wait a minute. That's the NieR Automata HUD. The life bar, the map. Again, I mentioned this before, But I could speculate on this all day, and the video would explode further than it already has if I got into why this is, and to be honest, I don't want to go too far into unconfirmed speculations. But let's lay down one ground theory. I'm gonna say the administrators are based on number 2 and number 9, prototype androids created by Zinnia, the founder of Yorha, who formed the baseline personalities for 2B and 9S. I mean, their voices are the exact same in both languages, which was a deliberate choice made for a reason. What we're seeing here could be the groundwork for the technology that would eventually lead to the founding of Yorha. As much as I want to keep going with this, the length of this Word document is already starting to scare me, and I'm not trying to rewrite War and Peace here. If I ever do a potential video in the future exploring the links between NieR Replicant and NieR Automata, as well as all the side content in between, I'll be sure to explore this connection further. So this area is extremely similar to NieR Automata, particularly when diving into an android. Probably best seen when A2 dives into 9S near the end of the game. It's here that Kaine has to do battle with her memories, summoned up by the administrators, taking the forms of various bosses from the game. Something that's strongly suggested during the main game is that Kaine can hear Shade's voices. Shade's, other than Tyran, I mean. NieR slaughters Shades at a rate that would make Doomguy go wide-eyed, but Devil's Advocate, you could argue that he was ignorant as to what he was actually doing, if not willfully so. When Devila and Popola finally spill the tea, he's already come too far to turn back, and you could argue that because they, quote, betrayed him, he wasn't all too inclined to listen/believe what they were saying anyways.
He still kept killing Shades,
and accidentally ends the human race, but he was at least completely convinced he was in the right. Yoko Taro himself stated that one of the themes in NieR Replicant is centralized on this topic. You don't necessarily have to be a bad person to do horrible things. You just have to believe that what you're doing is right. Surely, of all those who have gone through NieR Replicant, there are probably a fair amount of players who do believe NieR was in the right. And this isn't trying to dunk on people for not understanding the story or not seeing the bigger picture. You're forced to go through this game in NieR's perspective. There's bound to be a large number of people who empathize with his goal, whether they acknowledge or fully comprehend that what they're doing through him as a player is wrong or not. Seriously, I joke about how NieR closed his eyes, went, "I do not see it," and put a full stop to humanity, but it'd be hard not to empathize with a character you've shared a goal with for dozens of hours.
Yeah, I guess.
If you're that player, fighting the bosses while the administrators taunt you over what you've done is the way the game forces Kaine, and to a greater extent, forces you to acknowledge your actions.
Well, Kaine was the one who had to carry this burden that whole time. Like, she had to, like, well, she didn't have to, but she chose to kind of go along with it because NieR went along with it, and she basically did it because she felt like she had some a certain duty to her friend or whatever. So I guess for her it was a little bit more conflicting because she could also hear those voices.
Kaine, and by extension you, through your current control of her, lose all plausible deniability. The game rubs your face in it, and at the very least, forces you to come to terms with your actions. Kaine's response, whether she chooses to own up to her actions or continues to push forward, is up to her, and similarly, the same thing is up to you. You can acknowledge what you're doing is wrong and still continue. I mean, it's the only choice you have. This ain't a choose-your-own-adventure game. It's not like you can influence the direction. Or you can assert that you're correct. Either way, by
you can, like, stop playing because you don't agree with it.
Directly broaching the topic, it means you can't just sit on the fence anymore. Are you, NieR and Kaine, right or wrong? What's your reason? Everyone likely has a different opinion and reasoning on the topic, and
NieR's very oblivious the whole game, and I often felt like he was has some kind of hero complex at some point because all that matters to him is his sister. In a way, yes, but also I think that there's more to it than that. It's also it's also Vice and like his perspective. I feel like they just didn't understand what was happening at all, and I feel like everyone was so attached to NieR at that point that they either didn't question it like Vice didn't, and you would expect like from an such a, I guess, intelligent entity as Vice was to at least think about this. And like from Kaine, I guess she put her friendship first. And maybe that's kind of where she made a mistake. Like where I disagreed with her is like when she didn't like tell NieR at all, at least about like any of these things that she knew about. Like she knew about the robot and the little shade. She knew about like those baby shades. She knew about the first shade in the in the shrine room, like the one that became friends with well, the little shades that became friends with that one robot. Like she never actually said anything about that, and it makes me wonder like how NieR would feel about this if he knew before he was too far gone. At this point, I'll stop. I need the end. Like at this point, yeah, you just don't care. You just want to finish the game and see what happens.
I think that's one of the strengths of NieR Replicant's storytelling. Time to switch gears back to the story again. Once Kaine finishes curb stomping some shades, she's forced to confront her worst memory. The one shade I don't think anyone's sympathizing with. The one that killed her grandma and stole her life away. Big lizard boy, Hook.
Yo, I hate that boss so much. But she knew, so I think that this is partially her responsibility, because she should have... They should have known. Like, she knew what was at stake, and she still went along with it. I don't know. What? They muted her curses in the Japanese version, or was this like in the video? I hope that this is just a video.
Kaine puts up a good fight, but she's getting her shit pushed in. Hook is a lot tougher this time around, since the administrators gave him a few enhancements. All the while during the fight, she's shouting that she can't remember—
In Japanese it's censored? What? Are you kidding me? Oh, no way. Is it the video creator or the game?
remember that certain someone, even though it's on the tip of her mind. Hook summons up weird shadowy versions of the villagers from the area who taunt and insult her just like they did back in the day. That's pretty harsh, man. All in all, Kaine's pretty much neck deep in her worst nightmare right now. Just like before with the clones, all hope seems lost, and Kaine's pushed to her limit when another assist comes in. Hey everybody, it's Grimoire Weiss, who didn't disappear, apparently. Or maybe lives in the data space. I don't know, and he's come here to help Kaine out. Though he can't resist throwing a little shade at her in his entrance.
Pretty sure it's censored in Japanese and they uncensored it in West because they felt it was wrong in other languages. I don't know. I've never heard the Japanese version of the game, so this is all new to me.
Grimoire Weiss's magic has this, like, digital style effect to it applied for this boss fight, and it's all brand new. This might be a personal opinion, but I think it looks healthy.
It's kind of weird to make a character like Kaine, to make her curse a lot and then beep her because she curses a lot. It's very contradictory, isn't it?
Oh, cool. They didn't have to do this, but it gives a nice flair of visual personality. Kaine actually says some genuine words of thanks to Weiss for coming in to help her, but they both quickly agree that that's kinda out of character, and they're more comfortable with their usual banter. It's not that Kaine doesn't appreciate Weiss, or anything like that. Them taking the piss out of each other constantly is just their way of expressing their affinity for each other. They're completely their true selves with no fake politeness when they're together, even if Weiss constantly calls Kaine a thought as if he's got a quota. Side note, when Kaine thanks Weiss, he asks her, "Are you in your cups again?" And I have no idea what that means. Google seems to claim it's some old-fashioned British slang for being drunk, but in Japanese, he asks her if she's eaten something off, so let's go with that. With Grimoire Weiss's magic, Kaine turns the tides on Hook and manages to squeeze out a W. This creates a giant burst of light that slowly dissolves the administrators. Hey, a giant burst of light.
Yeah, definitely cultural.
Remember what that trophy description was? As they disappear, they say that possible futures are blending together. This could suggest that by altering the records of the world and humanity, Kaine's creating a timeline where NieR exists. Kaine then makes a big emotional speech where she decides what life means to her and throws a few expletives NieR's way to bring him back.
So she basically... she didn't go back to the past. She literally changed the timeline and somehow went back into the time when NieR was still young, in a way, because like at the end of ending E, he was I guess young. He was young.
Back.
私は決めたんだ。誰の指図も受けない。私は刃になるって決めたんだ。お前の刃になるって決めたんだ。絶対に
絶対に取り戻してみせる。ふざけんな。勝手に消えて勝手に消えてどういうつもりなんだ。自分が生きてる意味は自分が決める。この命も私が勝手に使う。だからとっとと戻ってこい。この腐れ野郎。
You then have to input the name you used for your own save file. You know, the one you deleted after ending D. This is a good way of giving the player a sense of control over the action, same way they got it when they had you input the name to delete it. But fellas, you know someone, somewhere on this wide green earth, one single person got to this point and realized they'd completely forgotten what they named their save file. And there ain't a single walkthrough or strategy guide on the planet that can help you with that. Weiss disappears again, and maybe it's for real this time. I don't know. He's done this before. You know how he is.
So basically, they
The
copied
timelines
like the
blending
part from
together.
the
This
book.
is when the book reconvenes
That's pretty
with
cool.
where we've ended up. Kaine calls NieR back, and a giant lunar tier flower sprouts up from the ground. Kinda reminds me of the imagery from when the tower sprouts up in NieR Automata. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Giant flower? Ah yes, Drakengard 3.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
Look, here's the thing.
No,
I
it's
could be
not. We're gonna
wrong,
watch
but
that
I'm
now.
fairly sure this isn't the same flower as the one in Zero's Eye. Simplest reason why, the novella has this specific flower scene, and it was written in 2010, before Drakengard 3 was a twinkle in anyone's eye. Now, I'm
Oh.
not saying they're not thematically related. There might be some common imagery of flower equals beautiful thing equals evil going on here. It's just too suspicious that not only NieR Replicant and Drakengard 3 have giant flowers in them.
Morgan, hi, and Happy New Year! How are you doing? Welcome back! Hope you're having a good weekend.
Even NieR Reincarnation got in on that party. The camera zooms in on the middle of the flower, where Kaine's holding onto NieR. I'm gonna be real with you, full transparency. When I first read the novella back when, NieR in my brain was always associated with old pancake-faced Papa NieR. Cause, I mean, you know, that was the only version of him our Square Enix overlords allowed us to play at the time. All that is to say, when this cutscene played and she was holding Twink NieR, I had a small brain turn off moment, even though it makes a lot more sense for it to be Kid NieR in retrospect. Kaine makes another big speech, and with that, ending
So, in the novella, the same cutscene, the same moment happened, and she was still holding on to naked NieR, but it was Papa NieR. But no matter, we had a nice time together. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I had a really good time yesterday as well. So today I'm not playing games, so I'm just gonna watch these lore videos because I don't think I'm capable of it.
to a close. You did it. You're done. NieR Replicant is forever finished. You get your old save file back, so now you can suffer trying to get that trophy for harvesting a lunar tear flower or something. Great. Epic. You can go back to the title screen.
Oh, you can do that? Harvest a lunar tear? Game story is wild. It is. And we're gonna watch Drakengard now because I'm not gonna be playing the game. So today we're going through all the lore stuff. I think the novella, meant small NieR, but as Wester's only Papa NieR, it wasn't clear. So it must have been really weird.
And there's a new option in the menu. It's just a short thank you message from the cast, but hey, it's a nice
Yeah, that was adorable.
では、改めて。
プレイヤーの皆さん、このゲームをプレイしていただき、せーの。本当にありがとうございました。
Okay, for those of you who have played the game in Japanese, I do have a question. If you played it or if you watched or whatever, when you were as a player in the facade, the people from the facade who were like speaking like an alien language or whatever, since that language is Japanese in the English game, what language is the facade in? Like, do they also just speak Japanese or?
Hey you. Yeah, you. Thanks for watching. This video might have been a bit long for a section of a game that takes about 2 hours total, but, I mean, there's a lot here, especially when you bring the book into it. Hope you learned something today. I sure learned a lot making it. Anyways, if this video gets 1 million likes, I'll do a karaoke cover of Ashes of Dreams. Anyways, till next time.
I want to see how many it has. Make sure to subscribe to this person. Their name is Brando SP, and apparently they make really good videos. And the video only has 7.4 likes, so it might at some point reach 1 million. I hope so, because that would be fun.